So yesterday there was a Twitter Spaces about the XRP buyback, and we had some of the biggest contributors to the XRP ledger, former Ripple executive Matt Hamilton. We had Bob Way there, former employee early on at Ripple. And these guys have done great work. They've contributed to the XRP ledger, and I appreciate their questions that they had in regards to the buyback conversation. But I wanted to take up 2 points that I kind of had disagreement with Bob Way, and I would have chimed in on the conversation, but I was hanging out with the family, listening to the Twitter Spaces in the background. So here are the 2 points that I had a little slight disagreement with in regards to Bob Way's comments. First off, he says that the XRP ledger could be, recreated. You could create a XRP2 in a couple days, right? And so basically asserting that the Federal Reserve, any party that did want to adopt XRP, they didn't need to do a buyback because they could just go write the code in a few days and have their own XRP. That is true, but we run back into the same problem that we have now today, is that nobody trusts the Fed, nobody trusts the US dollar. Everybody's dumping our treasury notes. Everyone's doing trade deals without SWIFT, without the US dollar. So we're back to square one. And you can't create the partnerships and adoptions and over 400 banks and financial institutions that have adopted XRP because Ripple has held their hand and led them to XRP. So yes, developers can create code very easily. But and that's another point right there. There's a reason why they write code for these companies. They're not the ones leading the company. They're not the CEO. Brad goes to the BIS. He goes to the IMF, the World Economic Forum. It's not the developers. I'm not taking anything away from them, but there's a reason why they write code. They're a developer. They're not leading the charge. Okay. So yes, you could copy the XRP ledger, but are you going to get people to actually want to use your ledger? We saw JP Morgan try to launch their own coin. Nobody cares. Nobody wants it. We see the Federal Reserve, has lost all credibility over the last 2 years, and countries across the world are dumping the dollar, dumping our treasury notes. So we'd be back to square one if they tried to copy the XRP ledger and make it their own. The whole reason why people would want to use the XRP ledger is because it's open source, permissionless, and decentralized, right? And then the second point, Bob Way says that no cryptocurrencies are a store of value, and that you only realize the value that XRP has when you go to sell. Okay, yes, I understand what he's saying, but with XRP specifically and with other utility cryptocurrencies, the value that you are storing in the case of XRP is the liquidity. Now, yes, at the time, as it sits today, you have to sell your XRP to realize that value, to provide that liquidity. That is not going to be the case going forward, though, with staking, DeFi, lending, leverage. Your ability to leverage your XRP without having to sell will help you realize that value and provide liquidity for the ecosystem. We're seeing that right now with the flare drop. So, Bob, a great contributor to the XRP ledger and Ripple, but I had two disagreements there. With XRP, you are storing value, you're storing liquidity, and that's a massive problem to solve.